Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where I'm in pain. Not related to this game, but because the trailer and release date for the Xenoblade 3 story DLC Shadow dropped yesterday, so my polykill is going nuts trying to analyze it and figure out everything that's happening in the 1 week before release. So I'm gonna distract myself and pass the time with some Final Fantasy so I don't have to think about that and how much I want to play it. Adalberta, we are doing our level 35 minor quest today, so what do you have for me? Adalberta has an order she would like you to handle. Good to see you again, Satora. You'll be pleased to know that Roger was deeply impressed with the obsidian you got for him. More so than that, he was impressed that you bested Wide Gulley in the contest. 'Tis no ordinary miner who can outdo the vice foreman's own son. Lest you wonder, I knew full well who Wide Gulley's father was when I tried to pair you both up. I also know for a fact that he has sights on my position. There are some who whisper in my ear that I should expel him from the guild, but I can't help but think that short-sighted. After all, it's hardly a crime to want to be the guildmaster. What's more, Wide Gulley is a tremendously gifted miner, and I am not in the business of punishing excellence. To be sure, I'm still better overall, but I'm not above admitting that there are certain areas in which he's more knowledgeable. I tell you this because you'll need to speak with him again for your next task. We've received an order for 20 raw amethysts, you see, and none among us know more about the stones than he does. Now, I realize you didn't exactly get off on the right foot with Wide Gulley, but the two of you are guildmates, and guildmates help one another no matter their differences. Alright, well then. Learning a bit more about Wide Gulley and why he might be a little bit salty about just things happening in the guild. Since he is the former foreman's son, I can imagine he probably really wants to follow in his father's footsteps if he's still aiming for the guildmaster position. So then, tell me about these amethysts. Strolling on over bold as you please after humiliating me the other day, you got some gall adventure. I know why you're here. I heard about the order for raw amethysts too. No doubt you're wondering where to find them and you're after my hard-earned knowledge. Well, I'll gladly share it with you. Why so obliging, you ask? 'Cause the knowledge ain't gonna be worth a damn to you, that's why. You'll find all the raw amethysts you can carry near about Hopeseed Pond over in the Central Shroud. The problem has to do with the BCs inhabiting the place more than aught else. Lindworms, stropers, sprites, I hear tell even Jaded Jody's made her home there. She is a fate boss monster, and she can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but only because she's a Morble, and Morbles have that bad breath ability, and if you fail to get out in time, you're in trouble. Even Ralbon would have trouble taking a stroll through that neck of the woods, let alone a common adventurer playing a miner. I don't expect to see you back here with 20 hairs on your head, much less 20 of them stones. Yeah! Well, I mean, we have been in the area before. We cleared out Hawken Manor, so I think we're gonna be fine, but thanks for your, quote, concern, unquote, Wide Gulley. So I'll go ahead and meet you over in the Central Shroud over at Hopeseed Pond. Alright, we've been down to the Hopeseed Pond area to gather amethysts and other materials before. So we know roughly where all those gathering spots are going to be, but nevertheless, let's go get ourselves some amethysts. We're going to need 20 of them. That is quite a large order, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's just go ahead and use King's Yield 2, which is an ability we recently got from leveling up. Let's see, what is its effect? Increases the number of items obtained when gathering by 2. Pretty effective on a 4-round gathering spot, like most gathering spots. That's going to be plus 8 total. So 500 GP for plus 8 items is not too bad. I think it might be slightly more efficient to use certain other abilities, but I think that ends up being a bit more luck based on whether it is more efficient or not. So I definitely prefer to use King's Yield. It's just a good, if expensive, ability. And yeah, we'll have to wait a little while for our GP to come back enough to use it again, but... Oh hey, good news, Jaded Jody's out and about. The warning was not without merit, it seems. Alright, well, we now have plenty of raw amethysts. So I'm gonna head back to Wide Gulley. Alright, made it back. Hello, Wide Gulley. I got plenty of amethysts. It was not an issue. Even Jaded Jody ignored me. You'll find your raw amethysts near about Hopeseed Pond over in the Central Shroud. Let's see how much you're willing to risk for 20 of them. Gah! Well, I think I got all of them fairly easily, so... Bugger me, you mine these amethysts. I can't believe you made it past all them nasty creatures. Though, might be as it's time I stopped being so surprised. You goddamn adventurers come through more often than I care to admit. Any road, it's one thing to find the amethysts, but do you even know aught about them? Their properties, what they represent? Thought not. Well, here's a free lesson. Amethysts are lightning aspected gemstones prized as embodiments of calmness, decisiveness, and intuition. In coming back with such a large haul of them, it would seem you've got all these things. I might have been hasty to pass judgment. The more I see you work, the more I see why the Guildmaster's so fond of you. I never imagined an adventure would give me my toughest competition, and I was learned better than that, to take every adversary earnestly. Seems I'll have to redouble my efforts if I'm to secure my place as the best in the business. Don't you worry about the precious amethysts you brought. I'll see them safe to the guild stores. I look forward to our next contest adventure. That's when I'll drive the pickaxe home that I am the better miner. I look forward to it. Yeah, he definitely seems like he's got a lot of pressure on him, trying to live up to, I guess, his father's footsteps. Alright, now then, let's get started on today's gathering log. And to start, we're going to be heading to the South Shroud, and then to a new area. Actually, let's do the new area first. Alright, for the new area we're going to pass through Blackbrush Station up north of Ul'Dan, central Thanalan. And we're going to be making our way up to the... basically just head straight north, because we are heading to northern Thanalan for one of our gathering spots. So then, let's just go ahead and climb up this scaffolding here. Oh, come on, please, please. Oh my goodness. Why am I having trouble with such simple stairs? Alright, climb up here and head through the tunnel to the north, and we will come out at North Thanalan. Alright. I'm not going to worry about the Aetheryte or the Chocobo Keep for the time being, because we will eventually come here in the main story. For now, all we're really going to do is gather from this rocky outcrop right here. We are looking for Grenade Ash. Going to be very useful in the future for some parts of our crafting log. Alright then, with our Grenade Ash, next up I'll meet you at the South Shroud. Alright, made the long trek up to Quarry Mill, and from here we should be not too far from our destination for the next entry on our gathering log. If we head just to the southeast towards Earth's Gift, which is a very high level combat area, we're not going in there. It's like level 45 to 50, so yeah, not doing that. But if we come over here, one, we can get a time-worn goatskin map, which is nice. We picked up our first map actually in the botany episode yesterday. But we'll be getting into what these maps are for in due time. We can get raw tourmaline, raw spinel, and I'm also going to want to pick up 8 black alum. That was a dumb move. I shouldn't have used that yet. But I'm going to want to pick up 8 black alum while I'm here before we head onwards. I've been doing all the prep work for the level 35 crafting episodes, and we're going to need 8 total across all the crafters. So, figured might as well pick that up now while we're at it. Alright then, our next stop's going to be up in Kurthis, which we've not been to in the main story, but we will be eventually. But we have been there for for gatherers and for the Dragoon quests. So I'll meet you in Fallgourd Float and we'll make the rest of the way from there. Alright, passing through Fallgourd Float heading west, it's not too far of a trip up to Kurthis, which is the frozen north of Eorzea. Just heading up the hill here out of Fallgourd Float, past the spire up ahead, we will be arriving in Kurthis very, very quickly. And I want to see, can we start to get a glimpse of the snow of Kurthis from here? Not really. It still looks green for a good distance. And there's no view of where it turns green from here, so that's lovely. Alright, so we are looking for a level 40 mining spot here. Looks like we've got one about half a kilometer north. Sorry. It's yalms, so that's yards. A yard is approximately, not quite the same, but approximately a meter, so about half a kilometer north. Really wish they used metric rather than imperial. Alright, well then, marching away up to the northeast, past the settlement of the... Let's read this out entirely. First, Dicasterial Observatorium of Ethereal and Astrological Phenomena. My god, is that pretentious? And heading up north from there, we should have our mining spot not too far off. Another 262. I think it's gonna be like right up here or so. If not here, then up this way. Ah, here we are, just about to arrive. And if I am remembering correctly, we should be getting 2 new items here. Here we are, Jade and Raw Zircon. Very nice, and that is all of the gathering we can do for level 35 to 44 Miner. So then, with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, looks like we are doing more main story with an offer you can refuse. And, something happened very, very, very quickly, which we're going to be showing off next time as well. I'll see everyone next time for that.